Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'll show you how to check the oil level on your vehicle and how to add in more oil if needed. Let's get to it. Okay, first things first, we need to find the oil dipstick. All right, well, let's look around here. See this symbol right here? That is the oil. And it's important to note that this says SAE 5W20. The 5W20 is very important. However, this is where we add in oil. That is not where we check it. If you look back here, there's a dipstick right next to there. It would make sense to me that this could possibly be the oil, but if you look closely, it says trans fluid, transmission fluid. That is not the dipstick for the oil. So we need to keep looking, and on this particular vehicle, the oil dipstick is right here, and it's not labeled, but this is it right here. Usually these are gonna be yellow, maybe orange, likely yellow. Let's pull it up. It's got a ring for our finger. Pull it up firmly. And there it is. So using a paper towel or an old rag, we're gonna clean it off. We wanna get all that oil off of there. We're gonna get our dipstick and put it back into the hole and push it all the way down. Take your time, it can be a little bit tricky on some of this. Okay, I wanna make sure that it's fully all the way down and seated. And now we're gonna carefully pull it up. Not a bad idea to have gloves on doing this. Okay, so now let's take a look at the dipstick. And this can be a little tricky. You gotta look really closely. And if you look, you'll either have a crosshatch pattern or you'll have a couple circles, something identifying a low mark. This circle down here is the low, my oil is a little bit low, and this would be the full right here. And if you look very closely, you'll see that mine is just the tiniest bit above that circle. So my oil is full right now. Let's look at the back side of the dipstick, and sometimes by flipping it around we can see too, but my oil goes right up to just the tiniest bit above this circle right here. Now, just for fun, let's pretend like my oil was low. If it's anywhere in the middle, by the way, you're probably just fine. You should check this on a regular basis. But if you're getting close to this bottom mark, or maybe you're below, I've even seen some vehicles where there was no oil showing up on the dipstick at all. Okay, if you're down this low, you're probably about a quart low, maybe even more than that. If you're below this circle by just a little bit, I would add about 3/4 of a quart, and it'll probably bring you up just about to full. Again, you might check it a few more times as you go. Let's add a little bit of oil to this vehicle, or at least go through the process of it just to show you. I'll put my dipstick back into the hole. On this vehicle, I really have to push pretty firmly to get this dipstick all the way down. That's very important to do. Now let's go back over to the oil fill. So if we want to put oil on, this is our cap to go after. So let's take this cap off. And we want to read this information on here, this SAE 5W20. The 5W20 is really important. It tells us the viscosity, or how thick the oil is. With the oils, I have different brands here like Kirkland, and here's a Mobil 1. It really doesn't matter all that much, and if you mix them, it's not the best thing, but it's really not that big a deal. However, what is important is, look, SAE 5W30. That's close. Is that the right one for this vehicle? Nope, it is not. And how about this one right here, 0W20? 0W20, this is not what you want to use at all. So at this point, I want to go to my auto parts store and buy an oil that is a 5W20. The next thing we'll do is get a funnel. Funnels are super inexpensive and very, very helpful. You put the funnel in just like this. Get the correct oil. Now again, this is a 0W20. You really want a 0W30 for this particular vehicle. All you're gonna do is take the cap off, pour it in. Again, if your measurement was very, very low, you're probably like a whole quart low and maybe more. It's a good idea though to just do like a half a quart at a time. So put in a half a quart, then go back over here, get that dipstick and check the oil level. You might give it a minute or two after you put in some more oil just for it to all settle. And you can keep doing that process until you get the oil exactly where you want it to be. Be sure to put that cap on and give it a nice twist. Successfully checked and maybe even added some oil to your vehicle. Hey friends, if today's video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.